Wonder why I was vlogging failing there, because I tried vlogging twice, because I'm failing again. I need to go to vlogging school, vlog university with Einstein. So, today it is the 28th, and it's really cold outside. It's about, well, it's 52 right now, but this morning it was 32, and it sucked. I hate coldness. So, basically, I have an ethically philosophical question for you guys. It comes from one of Plato's dialogues. It's the Euthyphro dialogue. Euthyphro is a very smart person, so I'm just gonna. This is a case where, well, it's actually a court case where Euthyphro turns his father in. I'll just read I'll read a little bit of this. What is going on in the computer? Okay, let's go on. Euthyphro starts. I am the plaintiff, because Socrates is asking what your suit is, and if you're the plaintiff or the defendant. Euthyphro says, I am the plaintiff. Of whom? You will think me mad when I tell you. Why has the fugitive wings? Nay, he is not very volatile at his time of life. Who is he? My father. Your father, my good man? Yes, and of what is he accused? Of murder, Socrates. My goodness, Euthyphro, how little does the common herd know of the nature of right and truth. A man must be an extraordinary man and have made great strides in wisdom before he could have seen his way to bring such an action. Indeed, Socrates, he must. I suppose that the man whom your father murdered was one of your relatives. Clearly he was, for if he had been a stranger, you would have never have thought of prosecuting him. Okay, and then Euthyphro goes on being like, how could you say such a thing, Socrates? Because he's appalled for saying this. Because Socrates is like, how could it have been? It must have been that your dad killed one of your relatives if you're prosecuting your own father. And then Euthyphro, because I mean, one might not. I mean, having his father kill one of his relatives is a bad thing, but then actually the man killed somebody. Euthyphro's dad killed somebody right on the street. But then Euthyphro comes back and he's like, I'm amused. How could you think that murder is discerned between killing a relative and killing somebody just right on the street? Because Euthyphro turned his father in for murder, just for killing some guy off the street, and Socrates wonders how could he have turned him in if it's just a guy off the street. So then Euthyphro comes back and like, how could you make a distinction between murder of just a person and murder of a relative or someone dear to you? Because this brings about a ethical question and of what is right and wrong here. Because if your father or mother killed somebody, and you either have the option of turning him in or not turning him in, if you turn him in, you would be betraying your father and betraying your own blood. Okay, that's wrong because of the betrayal to your father, and that's just wrong, is the way it is. But if you don't turn him in, it's wrong because murder needs to be justified, as does any other big crime. And letting a murderer go free is not right either, and that it's also wrong. So what does one choose to do? Because honestly, if my father or mother killed somebody, I don't think I'd have the guts, or namely balls, to turn him or her in. Just because I love my mom and I love my father, and I wouldn't have the heart or balls or guts to turn them in. I couldn't do it. That's my perspective. So you need to. I think that we should all think about this. Anybody who's watching this should think about this. And you don't have to comment, or if you want to, if you really want to, you can think about this and think about what your response to the whole situation of your mother or father killing somebody would be. That's the video today. So thanks. Bye.